Your life is a book, and with each passing day, you turn a new page. Some chapters will be filled with joy and love, others with challenges and heartbreak. But no matter what's written so far, you always have the power to change the direction of your story. You are not just the main character, you are also the author. So write boldly, love deeply, and never be afraid to start a new chapter when the time is right.
So as soon as I saw this masterpiece in the store, I grabbed it immediately. I'm not sure if any of you know, or how many of you know, that I am addicted to shoes. So this was perfect when I saw it, so I can do something for my peace. And art is another thing that I love. So today I am going to talk about self-care, and not just self-care, but self-care on a budget. So if you ever felt like self-care was something you'll do later, or when you had more time and money or fewer responsibilities, then this video today is for you. I want to give you a few of my go-tos on a budget when you want to do something special for yourself, but like everything is costing $1 million these days. These are all some tips that everyone can utilize when you're, like I said, don't want to spend $1 million on things. And if you just want to take some time to just care for you, they are real life tips, and it will help to support your nervous system, bring some stability and calm to you, and then just take care of one of the most important persons in your life, and that is you. So as you watch, think about this time is just like sitting with your friend and just creating something with your hands, or turning the pages of a book. Just sit down and relax, even listening to this, and take some time to just get some different tips. And I would love for you to stay until the end, because the last tip is one most people overlook, and that one is absolutely free. So stay tuned till the end. So, my very first tip I want to give is what you see I am doing. It's a canvas from Hobby Lobby. So, my first tip is heading to your local Hobby Lobby or Five Below. Both of those stores have such great options and a plethora of creative things that you probably haven't thought of, or thinking outside the box of what you can do for self-care. Creativity, it brings a spirit of calm, and it releases anxiety when you are being busy with your hands. So like, you can grab what I have here, a diamond painting, or you can get a puzzle. You can get you some, like at Five Below, I think I actually picked it up. I should have put it in this video, but a little kit, and it's like a yarn type stitching kit. It gives you all the tools you need to just get started. And what I love about these little hobbies, these little arts and crafts, you can use it and do them while you're watching your favorite show, or like I showed you in the beginning of this video, I'm listening to a book, and that's the Savvy Sheldon. Is feels good as hell. It's starting off great. So I thought that would be a good segue to talk about my self-care tips. And so yeah, doing some arts and crafts can really help you bring some grounding to your life and just spend some time with you. You don't have to be artistic, you just have to be present. So, first one, Hobby Lobby or Five Below, or any other little discounted store in your town. The second tip is, let's see, at home, creating an at home day spa. Every you have something in your cabinet, something in your medicine cabinet or in your self-care. Hopefully you have started self-care, uh, skincare rather. If you're listening to any of my videos, hopefully you started that. But grab your cleanser and your mask and your moisturizers and all those things and just take some time instead of rushing like we do in the mornings and the evening with our skin. Just take your time and really feel what you're doing with your skin, the massages. And also, if you don't have a steamer, a facial steamer, which now they're pretty inexpensive. But if you don't have one, you can go old school and grab you a pot and boil some water. You just want to be careful of when you're placing your face over the pot after it boils, of not placing your face too close to the pot because we don't want to burn our skin. But you can just really take your time and really feel and pamper yourself at home. Very affordable. Like I said, you don't have to buy anything, just using the items that you have at home. Take your time. Your body remembers how you treat it. And remember, you are the most important person in your life. So you want to make sure you're taking care of you. The next tip that I want to share with you, I believe what this might be tip number 3. Getting beauty services from beauty schools. If you go into your town and look up in your town, I'm sure there are beauty schools either in your town or nearby your town. And this is dear to my heart because I am a licensed cosmetologist and we utilize clients, community clients, to learn our craft so we can get our license. And I still pay it forward. I always, when I want to actually get a facial, besides doing it myself, I go to my local beauty school, and there you will find prices are affordable. You can get various services, pretty much anything you can get in a salon. You can get a facial, body massage, manicure, pedicure, haircuts, and not just for women, men. If there are any men listening to this, you can get a haircut there. And it really helps the students who are studying to get their cosmetology or barber license to get that hands-on experience. And it also helps the community because you are not paying the astronomical prices that it can cost to go get a facial or go to a dermatologist and all those things. So, yeah, and the best part about a beauty school is that's probably the best work you're going to get because they are supervised by the educator, and we have to do everything by the book, from sanitation to treating the customer with the best customer service, the client. So all the things, you're not going to get more professional than that. So heading to your local beauty school, going on their website, looking up their prices can be a great option when you don't have a lot of money for self-care. Going to your beauty school can, again, pay it forward and you can save some money. Tip number 4. Let's see. Yeah, ask for unadvertised discounts. So many companies, if you go online and you see everybody has these different businesses, you go online, or if you have someone that you're interested in, sometimes there are discounts that are not actually advertised on social media or websites. So just asking that business owner, do they have any discounts, can be a great way for budgeting with your self-care. Even myself, with my own company, I have discounts with BibliLash that I don't openly advertise, but if you inquire, I can share that with you. So just being empowered to ask that small business if they have any discounts that are not being publicly advertised. you want to support and you want to act gracefully, but and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. We all are dealing with money and inflation and all the things. So just asking, hey, do you have any discounts? And all they can do is say no if they don't. Another, I just thought about it, another big thing most small business do that many don't know about, if you refer clients or refer customers to their businesses, if you know that you've been utilizing a small business and you know you've sent a lot of referrals to them, again, that may be a good segue to just ask, hey, are there any incentives for my doing that? So again, that's, I believe, tip number 4, ask for unadvertised discounts. The next tip that I utilize quite a bit, it's kind of faint in the area that I live now, but when I was living in the city, more of a city area, Groupon is a great, great, great tool for discounts. And when I used Groupon, I used it for a couple of ways. It's for this tip and for the next tip I'm going to give you. But the Groupon, you can get great discounts. Like if you just want a really deep clean for your home, and that's another, when your home is organized and clutter free, that just gives another sense of calm and gives you a sense of tranquility and peace. But just hiring one of the cleaning services from Groupon for a discounted price, they are fully insured. Make sure you see that in the advertisement, and you get some great, great prices, and you get an extra deep clean in your home where you feel that you don't have time, or you want to utilize just getting your home cleaned just for your peace of mind and bringing some, like I said, a sense of calm and tranquility. Having someone else clean is a great way of self-care. Just, I wish I could have someone clean for me all the time. But if you're even the tidiest person, you just, like I said, a deep cleaning, an extra layer just makes it just all the more peaceful. Yeah, that's a great form of self-care and a tip that I use uh, often, Groupon. And along with, I said, the next tip, which this might be tip number 6, is utilizing Groupon for for activities. I use it a lot for like movie tickets. Most movies, because I am, besides addicted to shoes, I am addicted to movies as well. But you can get some great deals with movies, which that's another, I don't even want to start a tangent about how much it costs to go to the movies, but you can get some great deals. I know if you look on movie theater websites, they have certain times for matinees. But a lot of times, if you use Groupon, they give you some time frames outside of the normal matinee times, where a lot of the matinee times are during work hours or days that you don't have off, or really, really early in the day on the weekend when you're not prepared to go that early. So sometimes Groupon would give you movie tickets that you can kind of have a little bit of leeway of using it for different times outside of those hours we're normally used to, and then you can enjoy a movie. It's a great solo date as well, if you just want to just take yourself out for some self-care, get out of your house. I know we all have our theaters at home and our big screen TVs, but sometimes just going outside and just doing something different. Movies is a great thing to do, and Groupon can help you save some money with doing that for self-care. My next tip is okay, now I'm like, where am I? Think this might be tip 7. I hope somebody's keeping track for me. So, Tip number 7, first off, I love everything, don't I? I am an avid reader, and I am addicted to shoes, I'm addicted to movies, and I am addicted to books. I have books everywhere in my home, everywhere. I have bookshelves that are packed to the brim. It became packed to the brim now. I have Audible and I listen to audiobooks a lot because I have to get another bookshelf, but books everywhere you turn are in my home. But going to your people miss out about going to their local libraries. You can go to your library for self-care, again, for a change of scenery, but to rent out books, and you don't always have to go directly to the library. You can get books from various authors, new authors, even online. They have a I'm really going to date myself here about the Dewey Decimal System and all of that. All of that is just gone. You can really go online, order books. You can get audiobooks online from your library. And it doesn't always have to be in your town. You can get books from libraries outside of your town if you sign up for their system. You can get books. There's a government system library. I Forgive me, I don't have it with me at the moment, but if you Google it, where you can get access for any kind of books, even old printed books that are not in print anymore. So utilize your local libraries and online libraries. So it's no one can say they can't afford a book. You don't have to buy books the way I do. Like I said, I'm addicted to books, but you don't have to buy them. You can get it from your library. They have a good amount of time that you can hold on to them. And then if you need to have more time with it, just check it out again. But your local library is a great means of self care on a budget. And yeah, it can help you grow with all kinds of things. Or if you're going through a hard season, hard chapter in your life, and you need some self-help books, if you are always thinking and overthinking, just a good fiction book would be great for you to deal with some self-care issues of, just overthinking. So, yeah, tip number 7, utilize your local library. Tip 8, let's see, what can I say for tip 8? Well, since we're talking about books, let's talk about journaling. Journaling, hands down, is a great, great, great tool for self care. When I'm teaching, facilitating my group settings, or when I'm chatting with one of my clients for counseling and therapy, journaling is the first tool that I have them utilize. Most of the time, when we're going through life situations and life issues, those emotions are bottled up, or those emotions are hard to express. Journaling is a great way of getting those emotions out of your body, and a tool for self-care. Writing just helps release those things inside of you. Sometimes it's just better not, especially if we're dealing with issues with relationships. Sometimes it's not the wisest thing to just blur blurt out the emotions that we're feeling in that moment without processing it. And journaling will definitely help you process your emotions and help you navigate your thoughts when it's time to express yourself. So, journaling your emotions, and not only using your journal for journaling negative emotions, but you can also use your journal to express your gratitude. There's so many things that we really need to pay attention to and be grateful for. It's an exercise that I use with my groups. I like to start out talking about what we're grateful for. And sometimes when you're going through really hard things in your life, it's really, I see that people really struggle with sharing what they're grateful for. And I believe it's because we're looking for and looking at the big, huge things instead of the simplest thing is, and it's not simple, but the fact that we're breathing. And many people can't walk, with their own two legs, and many people can't talk, many people can't think, many people are not in their right state of mind. Those things they're not small at all, but sometimes we really overlook those things. So a form of self-care is just writing down the things that you are grateful for. So I think, yep, tip 9. I think, yeah, tip 9, journaling and sharing your thoughts about what you're grateful for is a great, inexpensive self-care tool. And you can buy a journal anywhere, the dollar store, nice ones, and get started releasing those things that are inside you. Tip 10. a- Another great inexpensive self-care tool is music therapy. So creating a playlist that matches your mood is a great way of a form of self-care. So I tend to share that I would prefer you use music that is more uplifting, music that makes you feel good. I ask my clients or my groups to kind of steer away from those songs that depresses you or makes you sad, or like if you're in a breakup or went through a breakup, I wouldn't advise to listen to these love songs that's just going to make you extremely overwhelmed even further than what you actually are. And like there's a time and a place for when I use that in therapy of songs where, love songs and things of that nature when we're dealing with relationship work. It's used for different purposes, and I'm not going to go through a whole therapy session with you here, but get music on your playlist that motivates you. So if your your New Year's resolution, if you made some goals or plans, is to work to do better with your health and eating better, cleaner, all the things, then get you a playlist that boosts your spirit to motivate you to exercise. And, music that makes you want to dance, music that lifts your spirit, music that gives you motivation to clean your house or organize the closet. So something that will regulate your mood, that will make you feel good and feel better. And just play that as you're doing. You can play your music, your playlist while you're doing your your art activity, but making a playlist that's just distinct to you and what makes you feel good, from your favorite artists, your favorite songs. And even if you want, I also encourage like classical music that also stimulates the mind and helps regulate your emotions. Classical music, and music also is a good segue, especially classical music if you have difficulty sleeping at night. Playing classical music, I love Mozart, Bach, Chopin, something that sometimes they can get a little, you don't want the ones that are really loud and really intense, but playing your favorite music playlist can really be a great self-care tool that's very inexpensive. All of us have our phones. If you don't have a music like Apple Music or whatever it is on your phone. If you can't purchase those, go on YouTube. You can make a playlist on YouTube that's your own. Yeah, you may have to deal with commercials, but it's free and you can make your own playlist to help build up your spirit. If you get to the commercials, just skip it. But creating a music playlist is a great self-care tool. The next tip, which I believe is tip 11, again, I kind of placed this one in every tips that and how-tos that I give, is actually going outside in nature, going outside, catching a breath of fresh air, going outside and just actually walking around your neighborhood and seeing what's going on outside. A lot of us, we're not going to work in the grocery store and coming back home. We stay pretty much secluded in our own silos in our home. But literally walking around your town and seeing what's outside, uh, probably not right now unless you live somewhere in the South, but you're living in the Midwest like me or in the East Coast, you probably don't really feel like doing much walking in the cold. But when the weather starts breaking, go and out in nature and see what's going on. Go out in your neighborhood, see what's going on out there. Walk to the park. Most neighborhoods have their own park. Walk to the park in your town or just walk a few blocks. It help you with your workout goal, and it just helps bring your nervous system to rest when you're paying attention to the birds or paying attention to the different trees and the colors of the leaves and looking at you know the different homes in the area and getting different ideas of maybe how you want to decorate or seeing different uh, flowers that your neighbors have planted, and it gives you different ideas and then just helps you breathe in some fresh air. And walking out in nature, it really helps you to think. I love the outdoors, nature, being near bodies of water really helps me have a sense of connection with God, and just gives me a calming, peaceful, settled setting so I can really hear his voice clearly. So I have great tip that costs you nothing. Walking outside in nature and just experience what's going on in your neighborhood. Don't need any gas, don't need any money, just go for a walk. The next tip I have, and I might get some pushback about this because I hear so many people say they hate leftovers. They do not eat leftovers. And I guess it's about how we all were raised. My mom was a single parent and she cooked and we ate leftovers until it was gone. It usually lasts for a week, but my mother didn't cook every day. And so when went around my friends or, when I was in relationships and all of those things, and when the many people that say, I don't eat leftovers, I'm like, wow. So I guess it's all in how you were raised and how you were brought up. But I say that to say my tip 12 is meal prep. So even if you don't eat leftovers, if you like take a day that you prep your meals for a week, it really, really, really helps with your self care because it takes some of uh, the frustration about what am I going to eat, or having you get off work late and didn't you usually run to the grocery store and pick up food, and it just kind of takes some time off. It helps a little bit with organization and scheduling, and then just it gives you a little time that you don't have to waste with just cooking. And so if you're not a leftover person, like I hear many people aren't, just maybe cooking the food that you want, maybe within 1 or 2 days, and then taking it and freezing it or having it in your fridge so it's just ready for you, doing a couple of different meals so they won't be left over. And just being prepared that way can help bring a sense of calm and peace regarding your what am I going to eat for dinner, or what am I going to cook my family for dinner. So preparing your food, and it will also help with, when you do get in late and you just don't feel like cooking anything, it helps prevent that snacking on things and eating things that we shouldn't eat. So meal prep is a great self-care tool that can help in many ways. The next tip I have for you is, and this is really, really hard, but tip 13 is digital detox, putting your phone down. I tell you, I think it's very, very rude to be at the dinner table, or you're watching a movie, or you're doing something and you just can't put the phone away. It's like a wonderful source of self-care is putting down the phone, putting down the digital devices, putting it down, and do something outside of that. You first off, it just gives you it takes away such of the mental overload with you scrolling and looking at what everyone's doing and the comparison, and what is he doing or she doing, or just put it down. And all the other tips that given you, focus on what you're doing, and just choose, even if you're just choosing quiet, if you're not doing something, you just want to just kind of detox from all of that. I i talk about it often, about remembering when we didn't have cell phones, and remembering that you didn't get your messages, and you didn't get, if you're over 50, well, probably if you're in your mid 40s too, you remember when we didn't get our voicemail messages, our telephone messages until we got home. Like, there were urgent things that happened back in the day, but we act like the things that we like, everything's urgent now. That's where I think where a lot of this anxiety and tension and overwhelm is coming from. Everything is urgent. People can reach you in a moment. If you don't answer a call immediately, people are angry and frustrated, or a text. Just put the phone down for a minute. Digital detox for a minute, and start slowly. Even if you do it for starting with 20 minutes, just don't look at your phone. Or 30 minutes, or if you're with your loved one, or with someone and you're out to dinner, and you're having dinner at home, put your phone down. I just find that to be so rude, of not engaging with the person or persons that you're with at the table or talking to, without you side eyeing your phone. So, one of my pet peeves, but I know it's hard these days. So, kind of start slow, and you'll find you just feel like, ah, it's such a relief and a release when you're just not engaged in your phone or whatever digital product all the time, 24 hours. And even when you wake up in the morning, some just grab their phones immediately. Kind of when you open your eyes, take a minute to just thank God, the universe, or whomever you serve, that you woke up, that you got a good night's sleep, and that you woke up, before you just grab your phone and see what the world's doing. So, kind of focusing on your sector of the world and what's going on with you, and paying attention to what's going on inside of you. Digital detoxing is a self care tip that will help you with that. And my last and final tip, unless I think of something else in the moment. So, this last tip, which I said is it's completely free, like a few of the other ones were, but this is completely free. But many, many forget this, or don't think about this. Another great self care tool and tip that I will give you to close this out is establishing boundaries, and intentional rest. Listen, boundaries is a form of self respect. It can be rest without justification, and it can end the cycle of burnout. Boundaries are meant to protect, is meant to express what we value and what is important to us. And if you are involved with a healthy person, whatever the relationship is, healthy people welcome boundaries. If there are people or persons in your life who are trying to overstep your boundaries, then that's a relationship that you want to evaluate, because boundaries are welcoming to those who are healthy. And it should be welcoming to you. If you are healthy and someone established a boundary with you, that shouldn't be something, and it wouldn't be something that you will feel that the relationship is not a good relationship. It's something that you will understand, and it would be something that you will receive. So it is okay to say no. If you don't feel like doing something because you want to care for yourself, it's okay to say no. If you don't want to go to the party, it's okay to say no. If you don't want to go to the outing, it's okay to say no. And it's okay to say no to these things without over explaining yourself. You don't really have to have a particular reason to say no. And again, if that person does not understand, then there's something else going on in that relationship that you need to manage. So that concludes this self-care on a budget video. I hope I shared something with you that will give you some ideas to help you jumpstart, if not already doing, or give you some other ideas for things to do for your self-care on a budget. And if there's something that I missed that you do that I didn't chat about, I would love for you to share your thoughts in the comment section so we can all learn from each other, because I know you all out there have some great ideas that I have not discussed. I would also love and greatly appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel, and if you would share this content if there is someone that you know that you believe will benefit from what we discussed today. So I look forward to seeing and reading your comments, and I thank you in advance for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I know we will chat soon. Bye for now.
Your life is a book, and with each passing day, you turn a new page. Some chapters will be filled with joy and love, others with challenges and heartbreak. But no matter what's written so far, you always have the power to change the direction of your story. You are not just the main character, you are also the author. So write boldly, love deeply, and never be afraid to start a new chapter when the time is right.